Adams. Hit a button and choose your favorite play. You've been making great plays, and we want to see them. Send them on social with the hashtag 2KTVWOW and your gamer tag. We're on the lookout. See you next week for the top play of Season 4 vote. I'll have 100,000 VC check to send out to the winner. I've just got to find some stamps to mail it. Where are those things? See ya!
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. We've got Stephen Curry. Durant is out there with Victor Wembanyama. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Jokic in at the small forward position. Brown finds Lillard. Good ball movement here by the East. To the middle. Mr. Moves passes to Antetokounmpo. Just 4 to shoot. Three-pointer Lillard. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Mr. Moves. Lillard outside. The three ball, and the three ball is good. Lillard's got the first bucket of the game with the three for the East All-Stars.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
So the East able to put the first points up on the board. They get it back. Jokic, that one's in, his first shot this game.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
He gets that one.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end.
And using the defender's aggression against him, Gilgeous-Alexander with a savvy move.
West All-Stars shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Here's Mr. Moves. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Good feed that time from Lillard. He knows his teammates rely on him to find them just like that.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, earlier I spoke with the East All-Stars head coach. Now I talked to him about the challenge of trying to stop Kevin Durant. Coach said it's about not letting him get into a rhythm. I told the guys they need to focus on staying in front of him and trying to contest everything. Easier said than done, but we'll see if they can even make things difficult for KD. Guys?
Thanks, David.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jokic.
Boy, it is so difficult not to foul Lillard. I mean, you never know exactly how to shade him defensively because he's so versatile.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but, man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
Curry with the bucket.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
The East leading by 5. There's the pass to Lillard. Brown outside. And another miss by the East.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Mr. Moves. 6 points for him. Pass to Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
The athletic prowess of Tatum on full display. What a move to the bucket.
The West trails by 7. So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Curry on the wing. They get it back. And the layup's good off the glass.
Savvy, size, length, strength, touch. Jokic a low down on the blocks.
And Lillard kicks to Tatum. Mr. Moves passes to Tatum. From beyond the arc and then some. Tatum's got 5 points so far.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, it gets you a standing O.
And here is Tatum after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Lillard the pass to Mr. Moves. Good ball movement here by the East. Lillard against Curry. And Durant sends it back.
For all the scoring, KD's 7.5-foot reach can sometimes get overlooked. He said, let me remind you with that rejection.
And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop.
You know, we always get some great dunks in this game, and I think we can add that to the list.
Check out the reaction. Listen to that. I mean, that slam was a raise the roofer.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Wembanyama with the bucket.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Outside, out of the Kumbo. Pass to Mr. Moves. Durant against Giannis. Pass to Mr. Moves. Lillard with it. 6 on the shot clock. Over Curry. Lillard misses.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Bangs home the trifecta. 5 points in the game.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Brown outside. Here's Mr. Moves. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And that one's good. Lillard.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Makes it off the glass.
And very early on, Brown learned how to finish through contact, an essential skill for an NBA player to master.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is his second trip to the line. This one. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Substitution. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the East All-Stars.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Houston Squad.
Welcome back for the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
We've got Evan Mobley. Damian Lillard out there with Mr. Moves. Then it's Tatum, and it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Here's Tatum. Tatum using his size inside.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight, and that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Vintage LeBron there, owning the lane. I mean, who's going to stop that?
Embiid inside the line. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Mr. Moves passes to Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Dropping the hammer. That's why Embiid looks to get deep inside position.
Stripped away. And here we go. The East with a fast break. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And so Morant will bring it up for the West All-Stars. It's a 13-point game. Timeout called here by the West. They're going to talk it over. Well, for over a decade, Clark, we've been in the player empowerment era. And it's generally been, I think, a positive for the NBA.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more in that regard. The players are the drivers of the league. They're the personalities. They're the visibility. They're the doers, the talented performers of a league that entertains globally. So they deserve more money and influence, and I think they've gotten both. Now, there are a few players that have kind of exploited that in a way that I don't think is most healthy by forcing trades, but I think it's a good thing overall.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the East All-Stars.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
He's perfect from the line this time. The West trails by 13 to the inside. Wembanyama. And it's Wembanyama with the jump.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Ball dishes to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Ball. Drills the three-pointer. Ball's got the lead up to 14 now for the East All-Stars.
And typically a lot of shots go unchallenged in this game every year, especially early on, and that one, no exception.
Fires from the line. Giannis grabs the miss.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Shoots over Morant. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Here's Wembanyama. James finds Morant. Just 5 to shoot. The West All-Stars need to get a shot off here. And here's Leonard from 3. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
You know, Leonard, very effective from downtown. That wasn't always the case. He's really worked to become a laser from 3.
Over to the left wing. Tatum on the wing. Defended by Wembanyama. Here's Mr. Moves. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Morant passes to Wembanyama. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Kicks it to Embiid. 2 minutes. And there's the pass to Mr. Moves. Good ball movement here by the East. Here's Embiid. That's good from 17 feet away. Embiid's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
The East making a switch. Wagner's checked in. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Durant's checked in for LeBron. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Stephen Curry in for John Morant. Here's Mr. Moves. He's got 8. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The West again cannot hit.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
Oh, good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
Pass to Curry. Shoots over Ball. Curry can't get it to go. The East leading by 15. Ball, the pass to Mr. Moves. Back to Ball. And Embiid throws it down.
The size and strength of Embiid, he is absolutely mammoth. Really hard to deal with. You may need a couple of guys to box him out.
Now here's Curry. He has 5. Inside. Wembanyama, no good.
Well, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Out of bounds, it'll be the West All-Stars ball.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
So both teams chip. And so it's the East All-Stars. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching some incredible talent. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. And guys, so far, this has been no contest as the Eastern Conference All-Stars have raced out to a huge lead here at the half. They've looked like a team that's been playing together all season. The West just could not keep up.
Well, and coming to this game, you know it's a showcase. So much talent out there on both sides I may add. The East is bringing so far.
And all of these guys have a huge competitive streak. Loving to face off against guys as good as them. And that's not always the case every time. In real games from the regular season, most of these guys are the best or the second best players on the field.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back. Kevin Harlan. Go.
One half remaining in the NBA All-Star Game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Jokic is out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Durant. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 2.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Pass to Jokic. Rebound by the East All-Stars. Tatum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kicks it out to Giannis. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Floats it up for Giannis.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
Here's Curry, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The West All-Stars have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Boy, how consistently good Steph's been over the course of his career. Really remarkable. What a teammate, what a leader, what a player.
Mr. Moves passes to Brown. And another three from the East.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Poke loose. Now here's Curry. He's got 7. The West again cannot hit.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. Here's Mr. Moves. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Here's Tatum. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the West All-Stars. Outside Curry. Off target from three-point range.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Out of bounds, it'll be the West All-Stars ball. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for the West.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
The kick out to Tatum. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Passes to Doncic. From deep. Connects from three-point range. Doncic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Mr. Moves. 8 points for him. Antetokounmpo passes to Mr. Moves. Lillard outside. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Jokic has got his 5th rebound in this one. And KD the bucket on the assist by Jokic. KD's got his first points of the night.
This is where KD dips into his bag and comes out smelling good.
Back to Brown. Outside Tatum. Over Wembanyama. Here's Antetokounmpo. The 3 from Tatum. And another miss by the East.
You know, after connecting on 1 3-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
And KD throws it down.
Durant always ready to throw it down. You can't let him get close to the rack.
Kicks it out to Giannis. And no good that time. The West trails by 18. Wembanyama finds Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
And that one's good, Mr. Moves.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
And let's get a guys' take now on the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that, a team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Every time out, a chance to review the line.
So it's the East All-Stars winning this one easily.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.